This video is going to introduce you to the assessment work plan template. The first two columns identify the various tasks that are involved with conducting a needs assessment. The next two columns, EIE Needs Assessment Guide Reference and Needs Assessment Package Resource, show the corresponding chapters, sections, and resources for each of those tasks. This isn't so much a part of the work plan, and you feel free to delete or simply hide these columns, but it's useful to know where to go for more information and resources available in the guide and the package. So I'm just going to quickly hide those. The next column shows us the outputs that are associated with the tasks. So the top line, or one of the first options there, is to identify key decisions and information needs. One of those subtasks then is to establish an assessment working group. The output expected there would be, for example, an assessment working group terms of reference. The next column allows you to indicate the status of each of the tasks. You'll notice there's a drop-down list from which you can pick from a list of predetermined options. If you'd like to update those options, simply unhide the worksheet called Lists, and you can add new labels as you wish. And you'll notice that that's now an option here. The final column here is on who's responsible. Here you can put the names or the initials of those responsible for each of the subtasks. And finally, if we scroll to the far right, we have a series of columns for indicating the timeline and the calendar for the various tasks in the assessment. Here we have week 1, 2, 3 with days of the week and the dates. Feel free to contextualize that and update as you wish. If you wanted to see an example of what this might look like completed, there's an example worksheet, and if you click on that, here we see what a certain time frame, with the light blue being this is when it's ongoing, and the dark blue being when the due date is, when it's expected to be completed. That concludes the video on the work plan template. I've found it very helpful in the past as a tool or resource to identify who's responsible for which tasks and what the time frame might look like when conducting an assessment. Also, even when I'm not developing a work plan, I've often turned to this resource to use as a sort of checklist, looking over those primary and subtask columns, and I found that also very useful. So, hope you enjoy.